Test, test, test. Hello. Today I am continuing programming my game. I'll leave the music on, whatever. I want to try and create a new block type, so how it's going to work is these are gates or doors and they're currently shut. But I want like a switch that turns them on and off. So it's going to be, the switch is going to be a block as well. I was considering making it part of the environment. But this might be more fun, so I want to try this out first. Could probably end up doing both. So there'll be an off switch, there'll be an off mode and an on mode. Add some like shading. Oh, this looks terrible. Here we go, might give it kind of like a 3D look. Ew. Let's do a shade somewhere in between the two for the edges, I think. Pardon me. I kind of want to make it more circular as well, so let's do it like this. Oops. Join these bits. Want this colour. This bit needs to look a bit more neutral. There, that's better. Okay, that should be off switch. And on switch will be the same, but with a big red dot. Question is, do I give the dot, do I emboss the dot as well? Probably not. Can I even make these, could make the surrounding pixels a bit more saturated. Convert to wombat. Oh. Gotta pay for that. There's really not many good pixel editors for Mac, which is annoying. If anyone knows any, then let me know. The only ones I've actually... Oh my god. The only ones I've found have been freemium or ones written in like Unity, which are just kind of annoying to use. I'll adjust the hue myself, so we'll increase to 15 for that one. Increase to 15 for this one. Increased it maybe 8 for this one. Oh, it's too similar to the background now. Oh, I might just need to leave that one. This will make it heavily saturated. That doesn't look bad actually. Let's try that. So do we want to make the entire block slightly more pink as well? Why not? Let's see what happens. Save. Okay, so I got the sprites. Now I'm just going to load them in. So go button block off, button block on. I just need to register a ID for every corner, possible corner. Button block off, button block on. It's got a few sprites actually. Might be better if I draw the car. Oh. I'll explain that actually. Turn off the clown music. Let's go waterfall level and have some nice waterfall ambience. So every block, I can explain it here by clicking. Every block can be joined in the kind of 4 cardinal directions. And to kind of draw every state in which a block can be joined, I have broken up broken it up into 4 sprites per block. And then another 4 sprites per 4 sprites. So here's the 4 sprites for the top left corner. Here's 4 for the top right, bottom left, bottom right, and each one is for a different way that the block can be visibly joined to another block. But then I generate all of these again for every block type by combining them. So I combine all these with the orange sprite here to complete the orange character. I'll show you. So here the character joins to the other one. You can see the sprite change at the bottom here to reflect that. So here it has all this, combine it with the orange one to create all the available join states for the orange chicken. And then there's one for blue swap block, magic block. But yeah, it means I end up with quite a few sprites. Alternatively, and I might do this later, if I have kind of a lot of block sprites, is I don't create a sprite for every block type. I just have these sprites only, and then the block type sprites only, and then I combine them in the draw call. Which means the draw call might take a bit longer because it has to do kind of more pixel calculation as it's drawing. Kind of drawing against the mask of the block corners. But it means I can have less sprites to manage, so that might help. But yeah, for now I just need to do it for every single block with every single block corner. Anyway, I've registered those 2. Now we'll go button blocks. I just need to write the part that kind of combines the block corners with the block type to get the final sprites. So go button block off up left corner. So I'm starting at the top left corner. Then this is going to be x80, y position 0, I believe. Yep. Then there'll be another underneath on block. So that's those sprites registered. What do I do now? I'll add it as a block type. No button here, door. So I need to change this to be door on, door off. But we'll just do the button block first. And we will, what symbol should we use for that? Probably 0. And for the doors, it's actually going to be door on and door off. So whether the button turns on the gates or off the gates, I think I want to allow both, so I can have more freedom in writing the puzzles. So whether or not the button block is active to begin with, as well as whether the doors are on or off to begin with, will control. It'll kind of toggle from that point on, I think. Or just whatever, maybe whatever button block, whichever door starts active will turn off. And maybe I'll just go door on. If they start on and a button is active, do I want to immediately turn them off or keep them on? If like a block being active counts as a toggle or not. I'll probably make it a I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I've just renamed that, so let's door on. Let's just make sure I go around the code and fix it up. Door on is solid tile. So the doors open boolean. I'm actually going to remove that because I want the doors open to be the block type. Doors are, let's just get rid of this first. I'm just drawing it to the background as well. I will change that as well at some point. Door on, door off. draw a door. So this actually, I'll change that in a second. Let's go just try and draw them first actually as well. That'll go cool. And what is it? Static tile. What am I doing? So it will only be joined to doors of the same state. And here we will go is on. But yeah, I need to actually move this to a different function. This thing's drawn at the very beginning, to the, draws to the background, but I will be drawing on and off. Right, okay. So color, this is where I need to come up with a color for an off door. Probably make it, could just make it grey. See what happens. Okay, what's this error? Buttons. That is a old thing. What the hell is that? What level am I on? Button tutorial, okay. Oh, that. Wait, door. Door on is door on. I think I just got this wrong. Design equals, oh, what the hell? Just not using booleans properly. Whoops. Alright, so these are the on doors, these are the off doors. But I think that needs to be a bit brighter. Let's make it half. See what that looks like. So now it's too bright. 48. Yeah, that will have to do, I think. I accidentally removed that check as well. So now it should be the right colour. And if we go design M, goes blue. Some caves will look different. Okay, so those are the gates done. And we'll just double check that the off gates don't join to the on gates. Yep, so they're treated separately. Now we need to add the buttons, which we made as the 0. Okay. So this shouldn't actually appear yet, because I need to add it as a dynamic, a moving item. Button block. And we'll just search through for magic block. Button block. Off. Now there was button block off and button block on. If I'm feeling lazy, I'm just going to make those two separate types rather than go off 0 on 0. So it looks like it's turning on and off. Could just make it two separate types rather than a additional boolean somewhere or something. So go button block off, button block on. I do it here. The only question is, how would an off block behave differently to an on block? if they start the level in kind of the exact same situation. Okay, there is no bottom block yet. Oh, there's one. So I can join to it. It's not actually doing anything yet. Also, the on block didn't appear, which I don't know why. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I can't even run into it. Off, on. Button block on. What did I make button block on? 0. I don't already have a 0, do I? No. That is weird. Is solid? No, that's for the static grid. What about just check the sprite as well. Button block on 8016. Yep, that is below. I'll just try setting this to like a lowercase o. Maybe I'm doing something dumb and not reading digits correctly or something. Oh yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I'm reserving digits for something else. Whoops. So there is the on block. I'll just make it lowercase o, capital O. Kind of makes more sense for off and on. So okay, so that is that. But these need to turn on and off now, and I want them to turn on and off when the player connects to them. If they start on, well, then I don't know, I'll probably just force them all to be off. So I only want them to turn on when the player connects to them. Yeah, I can't have too many things toggling or it's going to get confusing. So I'll just go, if it's button block off, it's just going to have to be button block on. So block type, move block. Is this used anywhere else important? No. So I'll just do it here. We'll go type. If it's button block on, in fact, we can just not allow it to begin with. We'll just do that. We're only allowed to define off blocks. So yeah, we shouldn't have any on blocks now. But they have to turn on, so what's going to have to happen is I need to kind of calculate that on the go. Load cave data. Check for button press. So actually I already have something here. Check for button. Check for button toggle. That was back when I thought buttons would be like things that you press rather than join to. Check if any buttons are in the wrong state. All good, have been toggled. And how this will work is let's have a look. Check for the button. Check for button toggle. So it's called after load cave data, which makes sense. Okay. Check button toggle. This would be another one. Check for initial button state. This should just be called at the start. Alright, where is that? Here it is. And then we need a go button state. Which will just start that off. Where is it? Gets initial button state. So what? Make a button turn on. I don't know. So here's a button. I've just made a button joined to regular blocks. I think I will activate the button only if the player is directly joined to a button block. I think that'll be more clever. Possibly. So we'll go, let's put on some waterfall. Or music. Put on some music. So I'll make this a solid item function, I think. We'll go get chord at find chord. Contains solid point. Bool has so this guy has on button. I only really need to check if there's one single on button. Oh no, hang on. Oh no, we'll do that. Turns true if the item has an on button somewhere. So we'll just go if there are any button block on. If it on button, so this is where it gets a bit tricky as well. If an on button starts joined to a player, make another item here, multi-item. If it starts joined to a player, it kind of needs to start on and not off. So there has to be a calculation when I join and unjoin, and one when the level begins. So to have a refresh chords function, which can probably all just be done in there, to be honest. So probably don't even need this then. Get pos or empty. So I'm already in this function going through and checking each coordinate against its neighboring coordinates. Which message it should have. Okay, if the coordinate is a player, but is a button, off button, check if it is in contact with a player type or not. Let's get pos or empty. So that's only getting item type. If coord type equals, this is a bit loud. Some quiet music. Here we go. Bottom block off. So if it's off, it just has to be in contact with a player. If it's on, it should not be in contact. And we'll just expand this, get edge, get neighbor types. Another thing is a refresh coordinates. What if they're not? What if they're neighbours but they're not actually joined? I don't know if that's I don't know if I'm actually allowing that or not. Whatever. Let's go up, down, left, right. Set edges based on title. Set, okay. Up, down, left, right. So that sets the visible edges and the physical edges, because I don't need to calculate collisions between points which are joined when the player's moving around. Set edges based on that. So there is more than one player, but we'll just do player one for now. So if it's off and it's touching a player, it is going to turn on. And if it's on and not touching a player, it's going to turn off. Oops. Okay, it's not turning back off. Wait, this one is? What the hell? Oh, I think I'm returning early if there's only one coordinate. Yeah, so I guess I'll just go we can skip play stuff and just going to hit all edges on. If a button type, make sure it's off because it won't be joined to anything anymore. Whoops. Give it some space there. Okay. There, that's working now. Oh, what happened there? Did a block just join somewhere it shouldn't have? Oh. What am I going to do about that? Init chords. Wait, this just sets the solid edges. Oh, okay. Set solid edges. But it was also setting the edges. Wait. Let's have a look. So if I was like this, join, so that one's fine, but this one causes it to join. What the hell? I think this is fine here. It's just somewhere else in the code. Guessing it's can detach. Attempt to detach from neighboring coordinates. Might be this. Let me check. Has up, down, left, right edge. Only those where there is a non-edge. What? Let's try and turn this off. So join, join, join. Okay, it's not that bit. Attempt to detach from position. Attempt to detach with it. Don't think it's refresh that's doing it either. I'll just double check. So join, join, join. No. Attempt to detach cords from neighboring cords. Let's prevent detaching it from the left. The hell, did that even do anything? Detach from position. Is that like... left or right? Nope. Remove cord unsafe. Nope. It's definitely calling this, right? I'm not going insane, am I? Okay, good. Attempt detach. Play detach. Yeah, it's all in that function. Control by the attempt detach. Split item into items. Let's comment all of them out. So removes the coordinate, refreshes the coordinates. Split item into items. I probably don't actually need this function, because this is just setting the edges. Detach coordinates. So this removes the edges. And this edits the edges. No, I probably do need that. Otherwise, it also will happen here. What? Oh, I'm going insane. Split item into items. I might not need that at all, because when you detach, it's only removing edges anyway. It's not like I need to yeah. Check neighbouring coordinates for only those where there is a non-edge. What? What if I do this? So confusing. So that works and that works. But sometimes it doesn't. Oh, hang on. So it's that. And then that. Temp detach from position. Edges plus equal to direction. That actually could be wrong. Let me check that. Where's my edges glass? The... Okay. Possible. Don't attach from position. So when I detach, let's just try that. Nope. I'm gonna have to fix this later. This is getting a bit annoying. Could do one final thing. Call it set solid edges. So fresh coordinates I could safely remove. Could I consider removing it, adding it an edge. Consider adding a regular edge when neighbors are empty. Set solid edges. But let's just add some setters. Edges or equals to up. Remove edges, add edges when there is definitely an edge. It sits all day. Ay, ay, ay. So I don't think this will do anything, but this will help. This might let us refactor later. So for example here, there's no solid edge here because it's all just one big solid block. And that's to do with that helps with the physics, the collision detection. However, there's like a visible edge here because you can see the chicken's only joining from the top. And that affects the block when you detach from them, because it'll determine what blocks stay on the item that you detach from and what blocks will break off. But as you can see, that's misbehaving. Anyway, we'll go error happening with detach. From opposite edge. Anyway, what's important is the the switches are turning on and off, so that's where we have to check for button toggle. And we'll go button state. So we go, oh, I'm sorry. So we do need to check if it's initially on, I guess. Otherwise we can't really toggle. Yeah, we might need to toggle it. Drats. Check for button toggle, get initial button state. We'll get buttons. We'll go get button state, and that has to be done here. That's the initial value. checks if any buttons are turned on. So this will just be pretty easy. Just go item, solid, right, items. If item, what did I call it? Has button, has on button. Return true. Return false. Could even go any of. Doing that much here? No. Other, logic stuff, game stuff. As on button, put it below this function. Oh. I don't know the best place to put it. It's the very bottom. Reset exclamation. We'll put it above that one. Checks if any items contain an on button. As on button. We'll just go any of. Copy that. Items, item, item, as on button. Return items as on. Okay, it's pretty short and crappy now. Whatever. Yeah, I forgot to mark it as const. Okay, so I'm saving the button state. Now I need to add that to the undo functionality too at some point. So check for button toggle. This will happen. Turn off the music. We'll have to check for this whenever the player does a join or a disconnect. So we'll go template attach. So save snapshot. Play join sound. Check for changes to the button state. And just do a boolean. Attach not attached, and if attach or detach occurred, check for button changes. Attach not attach, and we'll go. If anything did change, we will play a sound effect as well. To do set proper sound. So don't have a sound effect for that yet. Now check for button toggle. This will be pretty easy. We just go next state. If next state does not equal the current state, you do that. Right. Check for change. We'll do it like a guard function. Change in state. Toggle all the doors. Toggle all the doors. How do you do that? Where's our grid? Static tiles. These are the static unmovable tiles which are all on a grid. And what we will do do I have a for each function? Oh no, I'll need to iterate through them by position anyway, because if they do toggle, I need to redraw the doors. Change state toggle all the doors, then redraw them. Wait, no, I'll do that as a separate step. Check the button toggle. No, I won't. I can reuse this whole function in the undo function. As if the player undoes movement like this. if they undo from joint to non-joint, I want to just be able to rerun this. I probably can just rerun this single function, so that'll be pretty good. So it's width. Oh yeah, I see. Stack tiles, resize, width, height. We'll just go just get and set. Oh, just modulos anyway. What the hell? Should probably could probably do a better thing there. That's more for like logic stuff though. To do use unsafe iterator. So y below width. Oops, height. Go current static tiles get xy. If current equals door off, then make it on. XY door on, otherwise if it is on, then switch it off. Shouldn't you say toggle or the doors? We'll return true if it actually toggles. So you don't always want to play the sound effect. So they're not going to visibly toggle yet. But if I detach from them all, so it's going to be OR logic, it's just going to be if any buttons on versus all buttons off. So you can see I can jump through it because I've toggled, it started out on, but now it's toggled off. I can't jump through it. And I'm not actually drawing the state yet, but I'll do that shortly. The only other thing is it seems to only been playing the sound when it detaches. Yeah. Attach or detach, check for button, toggle. Okay, why is it only playing? Check for change, get button state, that's on button. It is changing, right? Oh, okay, I've got the toggle logic wrong. Wait, it's because I'm not... I'm not setting it to the next state. That's dumb. There you go. So the sound effect's playing every time it's toggling properly. So the only other thing I need to do is I need a function to redraw the doors. Toggle all the doors. So, oh yeah, so I can actually call it, I can probably call it in here. So we'll go draw door. So how do I make this? I'll make this a game design XY. Draws door. The only other question is I could, do I just ignore this and do it somewhere in the game? But I'm already looping over this, so I guess what I'll do is, oops, I'll make this a non-private function. Save, draw code to background. Draw door. The draw code to background. Cave draw. So we'll kind of give it a bit of a namespace here. Cave draw door. Cave draw door. And I will make it one function call. So go auto next equals current if next go current equals we'll make it toggle. So get next value, check for change. Check for change. There. Check for change. Static tiles. Got this nice little function here. X, Y. So XX is the pixel position. So we'll just need to calculate that real quick right here. In fact, I might have a helper for that. No. Nothing using the offset? No. So convert that to pixel space, the window space. Now this is interesting. Because yeah, this could be wrong. I need to do a second for loop. Check for change. If any changed, loop through again and draw with the new state. Just stack tile get if current equals door on. I'm going to assume all the doors toggle. And it has to match the door state. or else I won't draw them joined together. And I just need to call this every time there is a undo as well. Which is going to get annoying. I'll put that as a to-do. To-do, call this when undoing. What's design? Cave design. So that's the theme. The theme of the cave. And game, I'm just passing that. I need to pass through that because I'm using that to draw. Check for button toggle. Game. Because I am actually drawing to the background here, which is a little odd, but oh well. Cave, draw, draw, door. Yeah, so actually it should oh, I might need to put this in another file altogether. Cave, draw, draw, door. Yeah, oh well. Cave, draw, helpers. So we'll just create the header file. Let's do a namespace. Draw door. Draw a door. What is the signature? It is that. Help us to draw the cave. And we'll just import it. Cave draw helpers. We'll include game as well. Anything else I need to include? RGB. And I think that's it. Oh, tile size. I mean, duh. Can I just put that as a const expression somewhere? Oh, Okay, it hasn't detected my white space properly. Is this how you do it? We'll find out. Okay, draw helpers. Draw a door. And do it in here as well. Oops. Lame. This will probably collide. Or if I put Shroom here. Constants. Oh no, it has, it's working fine. Constants. May as well put it in a private namespace. Whoa! Boing, 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 boing. Yeah, all seems to be good. Except for that annoying bug that I discovered. Ugh. So there's some puzzle I can do. The only other thing is when a door shuts, probably needs to destroy whatever is within it. Cave. If any changes slip through again, draw the new state. Also check. Check for change. Check. Okay, to do check if there is anything within the door, closing door, If there is, then destroy it. To do. Not ideal as this is an update frame, but we are drawing to the background. But oh well. Alright, that's probably all I'm going to do today. In the meantime, I will make doors destroy things, and I will well, what happens if a door destroys a button? Then it would immediately toggle again sometimes. That could be annoying. Maybe I should have doors only turn on off then. I should only turn on when players detach. Because then the door will be guaranteed to stay on, instead of like a door destroying a button that activated the door and then the door immediately turning off again. Like, that might look a little bit strange to players. If a door and a player, just a button and a player disintegrates without actually seeing the door do anything. Yeah, I need to think about that. Oh well.